think this looks good?
Give me a sec. All right. Okay, so we're gonna. How do I move
It
this
might be a
screen?
bit exaggerated, but I feel like this is good.
How do I move this screen up? Pop out? Is that what we're doing? All right. All right. Cool. 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 All right. Yeah. So this is All right. Cool. So this should be on the stream. Okay. Oh, GL Godlike. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Let me increase the OBS volumes a sec. I'll get that back on screen for everybody. Test. All right. I'm gonna increase my desktop audio, which I believe should be your audio. I'll put that up to like 5 or something. Just see what happens. Okay, just say something. I
I
just
feel
want
like
to.
the stream up, I could just share it to someone that might see it. Might.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. Shoot. Let me increase your volume even. Let me increase your volume even more because the OBS is still saying it's a little quiet. I'll just might overkill it, but whatever.
Yeah, for real. It's always extremely quiet. It's very hard to put it
All right.
higher in volume.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it should be fine. All right. Cool. Let me.
Absolute peakest. Hold up. But let me put this in a good
I'm
place.
gonna try to.
Yeah, I feel like this. I feel like it's streaming right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I am streaming right now.
Peak.
Fine. All right. Cool. Let me.
Absolute.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So once again, my tier. So YouTube for you guys. Anybody who's watching. Me and Murta. This is not an official tier list by any means. This is just something he's been wanting to do for fun. So I'm like, oh, why not? Um, I have been trying to get a top player tier list going. I've only really gotten responses from AV so far. I asked Pizza, he hasn't responded. Toby told me he would get back to me when, like he said he will try to find some free time to do it. And because I'm trying to have it like because Japan basically runs the KF2 meta at this point, so I'm trying to do like a joint thing between like America and Japan. So I asked Repairer, since Repairer's who I talk to most with like communicating the American Japan stuff. So Repairer told me he'll ask Rexymoron and Horai, but I have not heard back since then. So the idea is that like however many American reps are, I want like Japan reps to match up. So even if I get like just Toby and AV and myself, then that means I want like 3 tier lists from Japan for it to like even out. So once again, that would be like a more like I guess credible tier list. But right now, Murta just wants to make one for fun, so I'm helping him out.
Absolute peak.
So yeah, you got see that.
Yeah.
All right, and this
Yeah, let's
is
start from bottom to like meta here.
what's up, man?
We could start from bottom to top.
Bottom,
That would
yeah,
make sense.
and you can look at my tier list anytime. That's the one I have for reference. So I have Hammer as my worst. I don't know if you agree with that or not. I have Hammer as my worst.
Honestly, I think Hammer is the worst one, but I don't think he's a tier just alone.
Oh, I
Like
see what
he's
you're
in the
saying.
bottom tier.
You think he's bad, but you don't think he's in his own tier of bad. Like he's not like
Yeah.
yeah. So we
Like
can just
the
still put him at
thing,
the bottom, but not as own tier.
like I feel like it was a bit weird because people were picking him. Like
Yeah,
in
I mean,
Highway Collision, I've seen many people pick him. There's a
yeah. I
reason
mean, the
behind
thing
that.
is, like, Kennedy hasn't really gotten any like big wins with Hammer, to my knowledge. I mean, like he only beat
Makes sense, but they're still picking him for some reason.
yeah,
Like they aren't Americans. The North American Discord.
a lot of Japanese players. A lot of
Yeah.
Japanese players, like even though they're really good at the game, they play for fun. Like I'm a filthy tryhard. Like I'll counterpick people. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to win. But like
Makes sense.
yeah, but like for example, like I actually because for example, like Taco struggles a lot versus Kennedy. His record versus Kennedy's like 0-4. So I sent Tacos this like big wall of text, which basically was just telling him like what characters to go on which stages and stuff versus Kennedy. Basically, you just because his character spread is overall really good except for covering Magalore because he plays Parasol, Dedede, Yo-Yo, and even Bandana Dee. Like pretty much his character spread is completely fine if he like picks the right character on the right stages, except Maglar. So I sent him this basically giant wall of text telling him, "Oh, if Kennedy goes this character on this stage, you should go this character on this stage." And basically, he just responded to me like he doesn't want to win by abusing matchups. So like even though he does play Yo-Yo, who's high tier, top tier, he doesn't play characters to tier horror. Like he plays for fun. So that's the thing with Kennedy. Even though like Kennedy's like super good, I think he's playing Hammer because Hammer's fun. He's not playing Hammer, to tier horror.
Makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, so
I also play this game for fun, but I try harding a bit sometimes.
yeah. I mean, you always gotta. I mean, there's got to be a balance, right? I mean, like, if the game wasn't fun at all, like, you wouldn't be playing it. I mean, I guess unless like
Yeah.
you're playing it professionally and you can make money off of it. But this is Kirby Fighters 2. None of us are making money off this game. In fact, I'm losing
Yeah.
money when I host hot pot bonus tournaments for this game. I put money into tournaments just to get people to even play it. But yeah. So I think Kennedy, like, the thing is, like, his Hammer hasn't really gotten any like big wins because like in the tournament where he got
Did
second,
win versus Cartas Sistema.
yeah, the tournament where he got second, for example, it's like, so he lost to Pemu in winners with Hammer, then he beat Yasa. He beat Yasa, who's like a newer player. He beat Yasa in losers with Hammer, and then he won random dittos versus Pemu. Because like I said, they play for fun, so they'll do stuff like random dittos and stuff like that. But he hasn't really gotten any like. Oh, what's up? You can go on.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say my own other argument that Hammer is in a tier with other characters is because the other characters also suck.
Yeah, they also
bad.
they also suck. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so my list, I have Artist as second worst, but I have Artist as my second worst, but I could open toilet second. That guy says he's proud of you, bro. All right, he's in the chat. Okay, so I have Artist as my worst, but I could see like it ranging from Staff, Bandana Dee, or Artist. I could see it being any of those three, to be honest.
Honestly, I feel like Artist is the next worst.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I already thought of only the possibility of it being worse than Hammer, but no, I don't think so.
I used to think he was
definitely bad.
Yeah, I used to think he was worse than Hammer, but the Artist has like some legit pressure mix-ups, and like he can actually like, you can't just run from him forever because he's got to. I mean, I guess if you're Magolor, you can, but you can't just run from him forever. So it's like, I mean, he's obviously bad because like if you're in his face, if you're in his face and you have frame data like Water or Wrestler or whoever, but yeah, like he has like some pressure mix, but it's like.
Yeah, but Hammer has some combo damage. That's the thing. They have their own like kind of
the thing is,
quote unquote gimmicks.
Yeah, the thing about Hammer like doing big damage on you is like you have to kind of put yourself in like a really bad. You have to like put yourself in like a bad spot. Like you can almost always unless maybe it's on Factory or Springy. You pretty much, which you get 2 bans at a tournament. You always get 2 bans, so it's like you can always choose to ban those stages. So it's like Hammer should really never get you in the corner to like get his corner combos to begin with.
Yeah. But honestly, like Artist also usually like, for example, with dash attack, is putting himself in a bad place. If you get to shield Artist's dash attack, you get to almost always punish him for that. If he jumps out to
it depends. I mean, it depends. It depends on the character's frame data, right? Like for like Water can, Wrestler can, like any of the command grabbers can, if they're like the proximity command grabbers like Parasol, Yo-Yo can, if they're like spaced properly. I mean, you could space it. But I'm pretty sure Cutter can dash attack it out of shield too. That's like frame 4. Let's see, characters.
Yeah, but the thing is, shield's broken. It's completely broken. You can get out of it
he's saying the sound is broken. He's saying the sound is broken. Let's see what he means by that. Let me test. Yo, Murta, say something.
I'm saying stuff.
All right.
I know. What?
All right, yeah. Okay, so they should be able to hear you. Should.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking right now.
He says kinda. All right, cool. But yeah, so the thing, like for example, like Artist has legit shield pressure. Let's see who he has legit shield pressure versus. He has legit shield pressure versus he has shield pressure versus Gooey actually, but I think if Gooey plays grounded, Gooey kind of destroys Artist because it's like because the reason Artist used to be a meta counter pick versus Gooey back in the day is because Gooey's used to know how to do nothing but laser. But it's like if he just plays grounded, he can like stone anything on reaction, and then if the Artist like doesn't come close, that then Gooey can either set up his lasers or dash attack or even just get closer to Tongue. Um, he has shield pressure versus Maglar actually. I mean, I guess he has shield pressure versus Meta Knight. He has shield pressure versus Ninja. Assuming you space it. So he has like shield pressure in some like decent matchups, but I still think he's pretty bad. Yo, what's up, Marks?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I think Artist is bottom two
Yeah, I
definitely
agree with
because
that.
like he's completely forced to like I don't know how to say this like the other two volunteers in my opinion, which are Bandana Dee and Staff, they both have range to keep the opponents somewhat away. Artist doesn't really have that, just worse compared to them in my opinion because of that.
Yeah, I mean he has range, but it's like he doesn't have like pressure mix
His range
unless
isn't that big.
like might just be a you thing. Yeah, Artist doesn't have great pressure mix unless like he's in specific matchups, which I mean, I guess can be. I mean, I guess that can be said for Bandana D too. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
He
yeah,
does. Bandana does have that share though. Like does something probably. Like honestly, it's hard to get something out of any bottom tier in general. Like
yeah,
it's kind of weird to even care about ordering them. Like I've already kind of have a set order in them, and I
yeah. I
don't
mean, we
really
can we
change
can
it.
we can breeze through this part if you just want to do it. So I have Bandana D as third worst. If you, that's what I have as third worst
In my
anyway.
opinion, stuff is actually third worst, at
Third,
least
you have
in my
yeah.
opinion. But
I
it
can I
it makes sense that Bandana is lower. Makes sense. I can understand that.
yeah. I think
It's like I feel like staff just has much less potential in the air. Bandanity just has a bit easier of an approach. I feel like Bandanity always have that small potential because he's a complex character. Like staff, you kind of already have most players already have him figured out, and they just know how to counter him
yeah. I think well
because he's
yeah.
bad.
I mean, I can see either. Or I just feel like staff has like more like legit tools for more legit. Like he has the shield pushback with you can't just play. I feel like you can play less one dimensionally against staff because he has the shield pushback with his charge dash attack. Like if you try to mash at him, like you're susceptible to getting countered. Obviously, like if you wait it out, like you probably punish him way harder than you would get eaten for the punch. But like I've always said, I feel like he's an interact but still lose. Like he's a character who can outplay but still lose. But he has the tools to like interact with like almost everybody. Bandana D is like the thing is like he's very movement based, and I'll be honest, I can't really explain him that well. But like when you play like tacos on like when you play tacos on like bubbly clouds, for example, it's like yo, he's actually like kind of cracked. He's like actually hard to handle on that stage. That
Yeah.
but tacos is different. AV's Bandana D is pretty good too.
Mhm. Honestly, I feel like Bandanity is just having better potential.
Yeah.
Probably could make him
I think he
better.
has a
We could
more
also base
like
this on results, like
yeah. I also think I could see him being underdeveloped because like his multi jump, like you could jump then immediately fast fall and then like yada yada. So there's a lot of movement stuff that people could probably be more like precise with. And he has like platform stuff that
yeah,
like no other
that's about
character
it.
can do. So it's like I think he's like really cracked on bubbly actually. I mean that's like one stage, but
Yeah,
it's like if you play tacos, like you'll know what I'm talking about.
yeah. Honestly, I've seen Bandanity, man. Bandanity is a bit cracked sometimes. Like you can just imagine if you're just like playing, like you're losing, like in set. Or like they just pick bubbly clouds, and you know how to play Bandanity. Pick Bandanity, bro. Like he has that bit of a niche. Still sucks, like nonetheless, that's
Yeah,
a niche. But I
and
think
his
he's just
pressure,
a
yeah, his
bit more
pressure is
useful.
more, and his pressure as well is like more, he can be more yeah, yeah, staff like kind of, yeah, staff, yeah, what John was saying in the chat, yeah, staff like kind of. you kind of have to run into staff. Like you can like when I play staff versus characters like I'm not good with, I don't really know how to approach with. Like when I play a cutter and yo-yo, keep in mind I suck ass with those characters, but a lot of it is just kind of like the staff can't really force anything. Bandana Dee can still like force stuff. He can still like force
Yeah.
pressure.
Also, by the way, you know a bit about results. I think which of these characters has more recent results
More of
that's
these characters have more
minimally
recent
good?
results. I feel like neither of them have won like a full set. Like for example, like Tacos
Even if it's just a game.
Tacos won one game. Tacos won one game versus like Sarad with his Bandana Dee, and then like what's it called? Sakura won one game with his staff versus like Kennedy's Beetle. I would put even though it's like 2023, it's like early 2023 actually. I would put Bandana Dee higher results wise just because like last year like AV won like a full set versus Vora, Bandana Dee versus Fighter. I don't think it was Strain, but AV told me about it. So Bandana Dee has a full set win on the best fighter, and I don't think Staff has anything like that. So
Yeah.
results wise, Bandana Dee could be above. Even though it's like early
Yeah, I feel
2023, it's like the best we got.
yeah, that's the best we got. They all suck, but like, hey,
Yeah.
I feel like results also kind of matter. Like, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
results matter.
you need to
Yeah.
have a balance between results and
Yeah,
like you
you
gotta
have
have a balance between both results and potential
yeah,
because
you
this
have
character both has a bit of results and a teensy bit of results and a bit of potential. That's
yeah,
what I
you
meant.
have to use a mix of results and personal discretion. Like for example, if like a character like for example, it's like I'm trying to think. Like if you go back to like early like 2020 when the game first came out and you would see like Ruby doing well with staff or people just sucked against staff in friendlies or whatever, like you would put staff like super high, but then you got to use personal discretion to realize staff actually sucks. So it's like, yeah, you have
Yeah,
to use a bit of personal discretion, which is why results aren't the be all end all. Like for example, I have Maglor as my number one, even though like Maglor hasn't been that active in a while since Ninja 11 quit, P47 quit, and Repair are mainly TOs rather than competes. So it's like, but I still think Maglor is the best, and we'll talk about him when we get to the top tiers. But
yeah.
so you have to use a bit of
I
personal
still I
discretion.
also have that opinion.
Yeah, you have to use a bit of personal discretion. You can't like you have to use a but like for example, yeah, you have to use a mix of results and personal discretion. Okay. So is that your bottom tier or do you got anyone else in bottom tier?
Yeah, that's my bottom tier. I don't have anyone else. I
Okay, so
think
your
we
low
could pass into
tier
letters.
I
My
assume
low tier,
it's either beam or sword,
I
but I
have
don't know which you have lower.
I have two characters for now. There's one specific character that I'm not really sure what I put, which is Bomb. I don't know if I put him in the low tier or mid low. We'll get to that. I have Beam lower, but I can see Sword being lower than him.
Yeah,
That's it.
the thing about beam is that like I think beam is really bad. Yeah, I could actually see sword being higher than beam because it's like the thing about Beam is like he has like unless you corner yourself like an idiot, unless you run into the corner and corner yourself like an idiot, he has no real pressure mix-ups like at all. Because it's like, yeah, if you put yourself in the corner, yeah, you'll get aerial dash attack to death. But it's like once he's in the air, he can't. I mean, I guess he can. Once he's in the air for like a hot minute because it bounces him up, and then he can't get down fast. So like really like mix you up when he uses his grounded dash attack, like he can only cancel it with dodges. He can't cancel it with jump or another attack or anything. So once he's in
Yeah,
any attack, he's in them for like he can't really put out another attack for like over a second. So there's no way for him to really like once again he can't really pressure you unless you put yourself in the corner like an idiot. Like and Sword, Sword
yeah,
has jab pressure. He can do that, and he has jab pressure. He even has aerial dash attack pressure. Even though that hitbox is kind of small, like he has pressure he can do anywhere
yeah.
on the stage. Hell, even the characters below stat, no, even the characters below beam, they can still pressure you anywhere on the stage. Like staff, once he stat, no, not beam can only pressure you in the corner.
Yeah. Honestly, Beam is both predictable Like he's extremely predictable. That's the main reason I'm putting him low. But he also doesn't have a single result since 2020.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason I think I said that in my sword video. The only reason I think that's a legitimate weakness for Beam is because majority of the community thinks he's a mid tier. So like, if he's a mid tier, why the hell does no one play him?
Well,
Like since 2020, goddammit.
also you also have to keep in mind that like the community, so to speak, is like a bunch of people who are in the American Curry Fighters Discord who don't even play the game. So like, Waving can
Yeah,
put
I gotta keep in mind that, but
yeah,
you always have the other
yeah,
players.
exactly. So Japan, the people keeping the game alive are pretty much just Japan and me, pretty much. Toby and AV will enter tournaments now and then. Pizza Time has only entered one tournament this year, so it's like, so yeah, it's pretty much just Japan and me, pretty much, who just keep the game alive at this point, to be honest. So Japan pretty much runs the meta.
Unless, yeah, that's it. Unless I see like some sort of tournament in the next 2 weeks, I don't think I will be able to enter any tournament soon because like I have Christmas, like I have Christmas break for a ton of time, like
Yeah,
until
Repair.
even 2025 or
Yeah,
something. Like of
Repairer is
course the
trying
first days of
to.
January.
Repair said he's gonna try to host one on the 4th, 5th, or 6th of January, but he doesn't have the date like exactly. He doesn't have the
I'm
exact.
not sure if I can enter in those, but I think I can on the fourth and
Yeah,
fifth. I think.
but I could actually,
Uh,
I could legitimately see Sword above Beam. Hell, I could actually, to be honest, like I'm not even gonna cap. This may sound crazy. I could see Beam as low as like. I could see Beam as low as second worst. I still think that's a stretch. I think where you have him placed is fine. I could see Beam literally as low as like second worst because like I said, like the other characters listed can like pressure anywhere on the stage. Except Hammer. Like I said, well, I mean, once Hammer gets in your face, he actually can pressure you anywhere on the stage. But yeah, once Beam throws out a move, he's basically can't throw out another move for like a whole second. So
yeah.
there's like,
The thing is, like you always have a bit of unpredictability here and there. Like for example, imagine like you're dashing. Like in case you don't know, Teams' dash attack in the air, like he changes vertical trajectory where you get sent, based on the amount of Okay, basically, when you just dash, then jump immediately and attack, it launches you extremely high.
wait,
But
which
like,
character are
if
you
you
talking
are
about?
already
Beam?
at the top of the
Which
jump,
which
you
which,
already
which
beat.
character which
Oh,
character
I'm
are you
talking about
talking
Beam.
about?
I'm talking about Beam. Beam is
Beam.
dasher. Like if you dash air at the start of the jump, he goes extremely far high.
Yeah.
But if you dash attack like at the tip of the jump, when you are already up there, it doesn't go as high. So I feel like it could be a bit more unpredictable if you
Yeah, but
know
the
how to
thing
play
is,
the
like, once he
character. And
jumps,
let's be fair, no one plays him. So like,
the
yeah,
thing
that's the
is, once
thing.
he jumps, you know what he wants. And the thing is, predictability isn't necessarily bad because, like, you can be oppressive and predictable. Like, for example, like, Magalore wants to throw gem apples at you. You know he wants to throw spheres at you. Wrestler wants to spam a mix of shield, command grabber, drill kick. Gooey wants to laser. Yo-Yo wants to jab. So like, predictability isn't even bad because like you can be predictable and be oppressive, but like Beam isn't even oppressive is the thing. Once again, unless you put yourself in the
Yeah,
corner
like
like an idiot.
yeah, exactly. Like Beam is extremely predictable. Bro, I back when I thought Beam was like mid tier or something. I played Beam against Davies' artist back when they really bad, like really sucked at the game, like really bad. I picked Beam against Davies' artist in a goddamn flat stage. All he needed to do was to air puff. Like all he needed to do was to goddamn go into the skies and air puff. And like I felt like I couldn't do anything. Like that was Giga's skill issue, I know, but that just kind of proves what I mean. Like players already have that one brain cell installed to their goddamn brains to fight Beam
Yeah,
because he's just know what it's gonna do.
I could. Well, once again, when you know what they're gonna do, I mean, if it's oppressive, it's fine, but beam isn't oppressive. Once again, unless you put yourself in the corner like an idiot, but no good player is gonna do that.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not happening with
Well,
most of the good
actually, a
players.
lot of players do put themselves in the corners, but a lot of people are bad at this game.
Yeah, that's it. Like the good players don't really do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like beam lower than sword makes
yeah,
sense. I wouldn't
I
put
can agree
beam
with
low in the bottom tier.
I can agree with beam being lower than sword. Hell, I'll be honest, I could see beam being as low as second worst. I can be like I still think that's a stretch. I'm not going to say that for now, but I could see beam being as low as second worst.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
legitimately put him in the bottom tier
yeah, we don't have
yet
to do that yet, but
because, like,
it's something to consider for later.
the thing is, these characters, all of these, right? Like they got someone playing them after 2020, like 2022 or after, even though that's extremely old. They got someone playing in at that era, and yet they still failed. Like
Yeah.
Beam doesn't have anyone after 2020.
Yeah,
Like so, like does he fail? No.
the most
He,
I've seen Beam is Tacos does play him a little bit in friendlies for fun, and the other thing I've seen is that in the Japan X Europe tournament that happened in like 2023, Bull Rex he came out of retirement and played Beam for a little bit, but that was like about it.
honestly, I feel like I've already told you about Sword, about Sword Kirby. I think you saw my video.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can see Sword being lower than Beam. I can kind of see it. Wait, hold up. Let me just put my PC charging and extremely fast.
yeah,
Hold up.
you're good.
Just
And
that we are
John,
in the middle
what
of
you were saying about
just
Beam can
making
kill
this
early
fucking
if you're
here.
not careful. Wave beam that I mean it has like some condition like I mean it has some conditioning like you use it and then like it forces the opponent to move in a certain way. You should never really get hit by wave beam. Wave beam for those of you who don't know is like the fully charged beam. You should never really get hit by it, but it can be a conditioning tool to like force you to shield or force you to jump in certain ways and then when the beam uses that to get like a read on your pattern, he'll like move accordingly. I mean, sometimes it hits people, but that's really just catching people sleeping at the wheel. But I mean, I've seen it
Yeah.
happen.
In my most honest opinion, from what I've seen, Sword has a ton of good stuff, but also like a ton of bad stuff. Like he has a great end. If you like, that's one of those characters where if you use the strengths of the character well, he could go higher. But like, there's just so many weaknesses that it would be weird to placing him higher than low tier. I think that's the same thing with Bond, honestly. Like he has the good things. He has the anti-air, the up attack, the one
Yeah,
that anti-air sometimes, so it could
yeah.
be
His
good
up
against
B
Meta
is
Knight, for
actually like
example.
yeah. If he's like yeah.
He
Sword's
jumps
up
up
B is
attacks and
actually
he goes
like
up to the skies.
yeah. It's actually a really big deal. I remember I was playing Yakinori once, the Japanese Meta Knight. He doesn't enter tournaments, but he's like the best Meta Knight by far. Like I uploaded a friendly session of him in Horai. There was a friendly session where I was actually beating his Meta Knight pretty bad, and he went sword versus my GUI, and he was doing better with sword than he was with his Meta Knight. And a big part of that was that like because Meta Knight doesn't have like anything like immediately rising, because like Shuttle Loop takes forever to start up. Meta Knight's like
Yeah,
up B doesn't it doesn't have any like vertical reach unless you do it like drifting, but like it's still not even that much reach. But yeah, like so he was just like reading the crap out of me with like the up B with sword in ways that like Meta Knight can't immediately get to, but Sword can, and he was like punishing me. Obviously, I should have been mixing it up more, but yeah, Sword has like a few things that Meta Knight doesn't. So the main things that Sword doesn't
yeah.
has the main things that Sword has that Meta Knight doesn't is Sword Beam charges faster. Sword Beam charges faster. He has the up B and like jab to jab to spin attack is like easier. Like for example, for Meta
He
Knight to have
also has the approach, like, if you have Sword Beam Charge, you can put a pressure, like, with it. Like,
yeah.
people
You
will
could be
tend to shield, when they see you jump, and you just don't do that. You just continuously keep approaching, and suddenly you just see their face charging your attack. Yeah, that's like really that can help him approach.
Yeah,
I feel pressured sometimes,
yeah,
even as
yeah.
a
He creates
Bell
a lot because
main.
if he hits you even with even one sword beam, like it like even though you can't directly combo off of it unless you're in the corner because it sends two
No, no,
for.
no. In the corner, it's still not true most of the times. You can just shield. Like I played the Avi's
Oh,
sword. He shot at me with a sword beam against the corner. I still could shield out of
but
it,
even
and he still got punished.
interesting. But I mean, even if you can shield, he has more immediate shield pressure as well because like
Yeah,
he only has to jab one to get his rapid jab out, while Meta Knight has to do like three jabs to get his rapid jab out.
yeah. Honestly, here is my thing. I think definitely Sword's definitely worse than Meta Knight.
Way
Like,
worse,
there's
yeah.
no
But
discussion there.
he
He
has
definitely
some
needs much more
things.
effort. But like he isn't immediately useless just because Meta Knight exists. Because has some things that are better than
Yeah.
Meta Knight,
I
and
mean,
I
yeah.
feel
If you've
like
seen
he.
Jen, Jen is cracked. I miss that guy.
Yeah, for real, man.
I miss
I
Jen.
put that clip. I put that clip in my video, and that was goddamn like I was mouth wide open.
Yeah,
God damn it!
I
Like
miss
how the
Jen.
hell does someone play that well, man?
Yeah, I miss Jen.
Be real. Honestly,
But yeah,
I feel like
I think you got sword in a fair spot.
yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking of something a little crazy, which is being bottom tier, but like the rest of the low tiers going to, for example, D tier or something. Like I'm thinking of that, but let's first discuss the rest of the
Yeah,
low tiers. You know?
I think your first six is fine for now.
Yeah. I think Bomb is next. I'm not really sure if I put him in mid low or low. I'm thinking about low.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
let me
I
hear
mean,
what
the
you
thing
think.
is he did win a big he won one of the frame perfects, which is like a big deal. But the weird thing about that frame perfect, so Zet won frame perfect, but it's like so I wasn't in it. Toby and Ninja couldn't make it, and then Pizza couldn't make it. So it's like he still like Zet still beat like Colgate and he beat Colgate and Justin, and then Croc made it to Grands. But it's like the thing is, Croc wasn't even active at that point, and he still got second. So you can kind of tell that it's like that wasn't the most stacked tournament, despite it being a frame perfect, because like pretty much the top four players all couldn't make it.
Honestly, oh fuck! I don't pause. Sorry. Hold up. Let me just
Yeah, you're good. All right, I think Murta's talking to someone in his house. He's gonna mute his mic. So yeah, um,
pause.
yeah, you're
Okay,
good.
sorry, man.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so
Okay. Anyways,
yeah, Bomb hasn't
I was
had
thinking
results since
like,
like 2021, though. To be fair,
like the thing is, I feel like bombs is the like bomb. Once bombs just shoots bombs at you. Like most times you can just shield them. Like you do, for example, with wrestler, you can just shield the bombs and like you can shield the bombs. Then you can just that just helps you approach. You know, like you can approach through bombs as bombs.
well, not many characters can punish like Bomb out of shield because it's like even like the thing like wrestler. The thing is like you kind of have to like shield in his face and still like have like enough fast of like burst speed or whatever. Like Cutter can do it, wrestler can do it. Water has to be like up enough in his face, like because I mean, water definitely destroys Bomb because it's like Bomb can't really get through like dash, turnaround, and rainbow and all that stuff. But not many characters can punish. What's it called? Not many characters can punish. Like Bomb doing like their bomb attack out of like not a lot of characters can punish that out of shield. But yeah, Bomb gets kind of invalidated by like a lot of
Of the
abilities.
high tiers.
Yeah, like Gooey doesn't give a crap about him. I think Wrestler beats him despite people saying it's even. I think Wrestler wins because Sobat breaks both the bombs, and if you get in his face, you can command grab. You have enough time to command grab. Who else? Like Yo-Yo doesn't give a crap about bomb. People would say
Cutter, Ninja, Bell, you could ask those.
Cutter Ninja. I don't know about Ninja and Bell. I have no idea I'm not. I don't play Ninja. Maybe you know more about.
Probably like even or probably even. I don't know.
I don't know.
Cutter probably wins against Bomb,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Bell,
Cutter.
I have experience with Bell. That's an even matchup or a -1 for Bomb. One of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
either
Cutter would
an even
definitely
matchup
win.
or +1 for Bell.
Yeah, Cutter has more angle. Cutter has more angle versatility because do. He can definitely throw cutters at ranges that like bomb that like would just go over bomb. It's like bomb throw because bomb doesn't have that much angle versatility, and then like once you get so Cutter definitely beats him. Who else? People used to say
I mean,
a big thing was that like people used to say bomb beats Meta Knight. And with run state cancel sword beam, I don't think that's the case. For those of you who don't know what run state cancel sword beam is, that's basically when you cancel your run state, so you get sword beam instead of you get your like J5B, which is basically your neutral air, and which is in this case would be Meta Knight's chop, or if he has a sword beam chopped, it would be chop with sword beam instead of his aerial dash tech. And the way I do it is I
yeah,
just use shield because I have a tribute 64 which has like 3 button rows, so I set like shield. See, I do shield and AB, so it's like I use it versus tacos as yo-yo. If you watch the most recent set of me versus tacos, which at this point it's like 3 or 4 months old, but you see me use it versus tacos, and I haven't fought a bomb since I learned that with Meta Knight, but due to that, I'm pretty sure Meta Knight because that just eats everything bomb can do, and then like Meta Knight won't really get landing trapped by bomb unless maybe they're playing on like springy or not springy, but like factory or butter. But once again, you can ban those. So I think Meta Knight definitely
honestly,
beats bomb.
yeah. My opinion, my take. Sword. After discussing what we said, I think Sword might be better than Bomb. What do you think?
I mean, we got to look at matchups. So it's like the characters above. I think it's. I think they're interchangeable for now. But let's do the rest of the tier list, and we might We might change around some of the low tiers. We have to just look at the matchups. Like the thing is, Let's see. Bomb beats Beetle. Like, well, the thing is, Sword beats Beetle too. Actually, Bomb probably does better versus Wrestler. Bomb probably does better versus Meta Knight. Doesn't. Oh, Bomb beats Parasol. Sword definitely does not beat Parasol. So Bomb like wins some
Yeah.
like Bomb wins matchups is the thing. Even though he feels like kind of I would still put Bomb above Sword because like he clear cut like beats Parasol.
Yeah, honestly. But Bomb and Sword are definitely better than Beam.
Yeah, Beam
We
sucks.
could do this.
Yeah, you could. That's funny. Beam
Yeah,
is
honestly.
in his own tier. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like Beam could also be here, and they could do this.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you actually could do that. I think Beam sucks. I think Beam sucks.
Yeah, Beam's really bad, honestly. It's funny that people still believe that he's a mid tier.
Another thing we forgot to mention is if you ever hit Beam, he's similar to Archer. Whereas if you ever hit him out of dash state, he might just never be able to. He might just never be able to put out another button again. If you hit him when he doesn't have dash state, Archer suffers from this issue too, but Archer is like a more fluid character who's like harder to hit like that. But if you hit Beam and he ever doesn't have dash state, he might just never be able to get like frame data out again because like he won't have access to his aerial dash attack, and the rest of his frame data is like extremely slow.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if what I'm about to say is true or not, but like after shooting out a dash attack, like getting hit, I feel like you could turn around and turn around again. Maybe 3 games. I'm not really sure. I usually do that with Archer and Beam.
I mean, you
can dash attack. You can dash it. Then you can turn around again, dash, and that just gives you dash state.
Oh, that doesn't give you dash. That doesn't give you dash state, but getting hit doesn't necessarily mean you lose dash state. More so what I meant is that like if you ever get hit when you don't have dash state and then you get put in the air, you can't get dash state back until like you land and start dashing.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. So like if for whatever reason,
that's true.
If for whatever reason he just gets he either jumps without dash state, or if you just hit him on the ground and like put him up in the air when he doesn't have dash state, he can't get dash state back until like he touches the ground and dashes again. But there's a chance like you just keep him in the air forever, or like force him to block immediately when he lands to the point where he can't get dash state back. That's more so what I
Yeah,
meant.
honestly. Yeah, Beam has a shit ton of weaknesses, honestly.
Yeah, Beam
Keep it
is.
in the bottom tier.
I think Beam is bad.
Okay, so I feel like Beetle is not a low tier, mid low tier. Probably a tier for his own, or maybe DDD goes here, but like we discussed that later.
I would still put Beetle as low tier, but I can see if you're going off results, at least at the start of the year, because Kennedy won the first tournament of the year with Beetle. I would still put Beetle in low tier personally, but I can see why if you're going off results, like the fact that he should have won a tournament is like kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he won a big tournament. I saw many people play that tournament.
Well, I
Like
mean, it
I
was
feel
eight
like
people, but like it had me, and I wasn't the best
yeah,
at the
good
time.
players.
Yeah, it had me and AV. Well, I wasn't the best at the time. I would end up becoming the best later this year, and then Kennedy also double eliminated AV as well.
Yeah. If it just came up like honestly, but both of you just kind of kept him like in a C tier, you know, like in a low tier, not bottom tier. I feel. Then KT changed back to bottom tier. Honestly, I feel like Beetle just has enough potential, like
Yes.
against a ton of characters. Like characters like Ninja, Parasol, Whip can't really do much against Beetle, at least as of my knowledge.
Oh no, I think Whip does just fine versus Beetle. Whip does just fine. He can down air over his dash attack. The rest of his normals outrange his jab. I think Whip probably destroys Beetle actually, but yeah,
Yeah.
Beetle does beat Parasol, which is why AV doesn't AV kind of doesn't even play Parasol that much anymore these days. But
Yeah,
Beetle
he says he's a soulmate of Kui now.
yeah, AV's an almost only GUI now, but like Kennedy's like 4-0 versus Tacos, who at this point is the best Parasol. So yeah, Beetle definitely beats Parasol. He doesn't beat Wrestler, but he can beat Wrestler. I think it's it's probably only slight Wrestler favor. I mean, Kennedy beat me in that matchup. Beetle does. I don't know who wins between Beetle and Ninja, but Beetle Kennedy doesn't seem scared of ninjas, right? Like he always
Yeah,
beats
I feel.
he always beats Connie. Actually no, no, that's not true. That's not true. He's 2-1 versus Connie. That's not. But he is 2-1. He is 2-1 versus Connie. I've seen some Japanese matchup charts say that Beetle does beat Ninja. I think that's cap. But I don't play either of those characters, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, so yeah, Beetle has seen
Yeah,
success versus Ninja, which none of these other characters below have really seen success versus Ninja. Has seen success
yeah, but
versus
now that
Rest.
wait, but now that I'm looking at it, honestly, a ton more characters beat with Beetle. Like a ton of characters like around these tiers beats Beetle. Like
I think Beetle is either mid
definitely.
or low tier. I have him as low tier. He like I think it like for sure his only like wit. Give me 1 second. Let me mute my mic 1 second. Okay, I think we're good. So what's it called? I thought I muted my mic. I might have not. Anyway. So I think what's it? Oh shit! I put up the wrong screen again. There's your screen. I think the only like surefire character that like Beetle beats that's like kind of good is Parasol, which Bomb also beats, but I think Beetle
What
and
about Beetle? What about DDD?
DDD probably no DDD still outranges Beetle. DDD still outranges Beetle and he outdamages Beetle.
Oh yeah, he definitely outdamages
Yeah,
Beetle.
no,
Yeah, honestly, keep him in the low
DDD
tier. I can
outdamages
see.
anybody who's not Ninja. DDD outdamages anybody who's like not Ninja, to be honest.
Maybe Whip. No, actually no, not Whip. Whip. Whip, Ninja, and DDD are definitely the best damage dealers. Honestly, and DDD is
Wrestler and
definitely the
water
top two.
too. Even Maglor actually, because Maglor can just hit you in the corner and like do over 100 with like gem apple traps and stuff. But yeah, I would
Yeah, he's really good.
yeah. So I would repeat.
Okay, so
Next would probably be
Dedede.
Dedede.
I think Dedede either mid low or mid tier.
I mean, I would put him as just mid tier because it's like he's like the next character. So if that would be
Honestly,
mid low
like I
doesn't exist. The thing
feel,
I'll put him as
I
mid.
personally think Dedede is like worse than Parasol
I think
and
DDD's
Whip
worse than
by
Parasol. Yeah, I think
Dedede.
DDD's worse than Parasol as well.
Yeah, Dedede is honestly kind of much worse in my opinion. Like enough to put him in a tier of his own than Parasol and Whip.
Yeah, he's like he's like you would call it D tier, DDD tier. But yeah, he's like
Yeah,
but yeah, he doesn't like he's flawed in that like he has like the game has like universal movement speed for almost everybody, but he's slower than everybody else. So it's like the thing about
finally someone tells this man. I swear, I
and he's
almost
big.
never see anyone mention his speed. His speed is so bad, man.
I tried playing him. He feels terrible. To me, he feels terrible.
Real, even goddamn casuals have realized that. Like, I legitimately I played my friend against my friend once. He playtested both Hammer and DDD. He just said to me, DDD is worse than Hammer.
He's not worse, but
I mean, that's not
I
true.
messed
That's not
around
true.
with
But he's a
both, like
casual.
but the thing
It's
about
not true, but he's a casual. He based himself on that.
the thing about DD is that like even though he's like probably only mid tier, he's a good tournament character because it's like any character who's like easy because DD's easy as shit, by the way. Any character who's like easy and hits hard is like a scary tournament character. It's the same reason why like Incineroar is scary in Smash Ultimate. Incineroar is not good, but like he might just hit you and you might just die or take 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah. Honestly,
Like
I
he's
feel like
threatening. Unless you
DDD's his older problem. Big hurt box, man. Like
he's
this
giant.
is a horrible flaw, man. Horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
But the thing is, if DD hits you, I call DD what I would describe DD as. I would describe him as a don't interact character, and what I mean by like a don't interact character is that like
keep him away.
yeah, if the character can hit you. The thing is, you never want to get hit by the character to the point where it's like the way where you would play right versus the character is to never give him the chance to hit you. Because if he hits you, if he hits you, things have already gone south, or things have already gone south because like his just immediate damage output, like he hits you once, can do like 40 damage. Things have already gone south, and like he puts you in disadvantage. So things have the chance to go south like even harder. So it's like
Oh god, but I can imagine, man, the combos, man. If he hits you against the goddamn wall with dash down attack, even though that's improbable, the sheer fact that that deals 100 damage is absolutely crazy.
yeah,
Like
he has
you can pair that with down attack and then just hit a hammer jab that deals crazy damage, man.
yeah, ideally, you never want to interact with DDD. And fortunately, a lot of the top tiers can choose to play that way. Like Gooey and Magolor on big stages. Heck, honestly, probably Magolor on most stages. Like even if it's not a giant, like even greens, even butter, because butter's like long enough. Pretty much every stage, Magolor can actually just choose to never interact with DDD. Gooey can't. Yeah. Gooey can kind of get cornered, but like you have to be doing something wrong. But once Gooey like hits him as well, like yeah, he can't really land versus him. Archer on some stages can choose not to interact with them, but yeah, overall it's like I think he's I think he's a mid. Yeah, I would just put him as mid tier. I think where you have him is fine.
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking about it. Does he beat Meta Knight?
No, he does not beat Meta. No.
Okay, then.
Yeah, Meta Knight,
I just wanted to make sure, approaching with down up attack is not an option against DDD.
Yeah, you want to use a mix of like you want to use full hop aerial dash attack, you want to use sword beam, and if you're able to get in his face, you can actually jab pressure him pretty well because DD doesn't have out of shield frame. Like first, a lot of top tiers like Meta Knight's jab pressure isn't real. Like versus Wrestler, Water, Cutter, like any of these characters who have like immediate grounded frame data. Like Meta Knight shield pressure isn't real, but Meta Knight shield pressure is still real versus like a decent chunk of characters. It's real versus Archer. It's real versus Gooey. It's like kind of real versus Magolor. Magolor can immediate teleport out of shield, but nobody does that. And even if he does, he's not reversaling you. He's just instant transmissioning out of the way. So it's like still worth it to go versus Magolor, the shield pressure. But yeah, so Dedede's definitely one of those characters that Meta Knight can legitimately jab shield pressure.
Yeah, honestly, Dedede's probably mid tier. I can see that.
So
let me just so it's a bit more beautiful. Let me change this to D tier. Okay, but that what? Hold up. Yeah, I can agree with you on Dedede being a mid tier.
So there's no E tier. So you went from F to you went from F to D. Is there not an E tier?
I don't know. I just think
we can
many people do it like
we can rename them later. And then next would either be
Parasol.
Parasol, yeah.
Parasol, because Whip just has that crazy potential, man. I've seen the crazy potential of this character.
Yeah.
Like Parasol has a ton of potential, but like he still loses to a ton of characters lower than him. That's the thing.
But not a ton, but he loses to Beetle and Bomb. But yeah, Parasol beats like a decent chunk of like Parasol beats Cutter, Parasol. Yeah, who all does Parasol? Well, Parasol doesn't beat a lot of characters, but he beats like some characters above him. Like he beats Parasol. He beats Archer.
I heard he beats Yo-Yo.
I don't play either character. I'm not gonna. If Yo-Yo's good out of shield, the thing he loses to Yo-Yo because he gets outranged by Yo-Yo, and two, Yo-Yo has like less shield stuff. Yo-Yo literally has the Yo-Yo thing where he has like less shield stun than every other character. So like the dive kick block string.
Oh yeah, Bell also has that.
What's up?
Bell also has that.
Yeah, Bell has it, but it doesn't really. But it doesn't really matter. So the shield is just a hitbox anyway. Like he has a counter hitbox. Yeah. But yeah, so the thing about Yo-Yo definitely beats Parasol. It's a mix of he out hitboxes him and like a lot of the pressure, like the block string pressure, like dive kick, command grab. I don't think it's true versus Yo-Yo because Yo-Yo has a less block stun where you can just command grab him out of shield.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. That's why people think Yo-Yo's broken.
Yeah, but Parasol, so he beats Cutter for sure, which is like a character who's definitely above him. He beats Archer on most stages. I think if it's a giant stage, Archer might win, but if Archer ever gets hit and does not have dash date, it's actually GG's. Like Archer should just never get to be able.
And Parasol is one of those characters that's like, if he gets to you, he beats your like big ass man. Like this character approaches you extremely fastly, and if he gets to approach you, he deals a ton of damage.
Yeah.
Like he's incredible.
He deals a lot of damage, and he pressures a lot. Like even when I play water, in Wrestler, who were like the best frame data characters out of Shield, like I still have a lot. I still feel pressured by Parasol. I think Parasol probably beats Gooey. And that's a big matchup to win. He probably beats Gooey, and I don't think he's bad versus Wrestler. Like, I mean, AV's given up on that matchup, but like I play Tacos. Tacos is like that. Tacos is scary to play no matter who I go against. Tacos, like, he beats Sarad as well. He beats Sarad. Tacos is not scared of Wrestler. So I'd say that's pretty solid.
Yeah, honestly, mid-tier makes sense. Like both Dedede,
he has like reasonable winning matchups.
So the next character would be Whip, probably.
Whip. The thing is about Whip is that like I'm not sure what matchups he really like wins. Like Water and Wrestler both beat him. Rexymoron is just cracked. The thing is like I'm gonna have.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those characters where the opponent is just cracked.
Yeah,
like I could see. I mean, if you don't count potential, then I could see Whip being here, but like
I'll have Whip there
because it's like is like crazy.
I played Rexymoron, and Rexymoron is like extremely cracked, and like all of Japan swears Whip is like high tier or top tier, which I think is cap, but I can't really say much because Rexymoron kind of gave you the work.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'll just put him there because like Japan knows more about Whip than I do, and like they all swear Whip is the truth. So I'll have him there for now.
Yeah, I will have him here. Like if the best region believes in him, then why the hell should I not?
Yeah.
Like I've seen what Whip can do. I can't do that stuff. Therefore, how the hell do I know that Whip is good or bad? Like he definitely is here.
Yeah. My next is
Okay.
Bell, but I know you have Bell higher. So who do you think is
Yeah,
next?
honestly, I've given up on Bell being in the second highest tier personally, but I still think he's high tier. I'd put next Fighter.
I have fight. Yeah, I would have Bell and then Fighter. Yeah, I would have Fighter about where you have them. Let me look at my tier list. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you're not gonna put Bell that low, yeah, I would put Fighter next. Fighter.
Fighter down forward attack is basically the thing that most players use,
Well, you
but
mean
the
Hadouken?
problem with it is that you can't use it in the air. Like if you could use that thing in the goddamn air,
Well, yeah, if
I
you.
swear this character would probably be high.
Oh, yeah, if you could use Hadouken in the air, that character would be insanely fucked. But yeah, so what's it called? Yeah, so I have the thing about Fighter is that like other than Maglor and Gooey, who could just straight up choose not to interact with him, other than Maglor and Gooey, like Fighter does fine versus
It's a
everybody
ton of
else in the
characters.
game. He probably has the best matchup in the game versus Meta Knight. Because like even if Meta Knight starts using Run State Sword Beam, like Run State cancel Sword Beam, like that still doesn't outrange Hadouken. Like you can't. So like Meta Knight kind of has to approach. He has to approach Fighter in reactable ways, and that's with a character who has like a frame one command grab out of shield. So yeah,
Yeah.
like he just straight up says fuck you to Meta Knight's ground game. Like he just straight up says fuck you to Meta Knight's ground game, and like Meta Knight can't really approach him from the air that well because like if you try to aerial, like
Yeah.
if you try to like shuttle loop approach him, like he can like react dash out of the way. If you try to like he can like wiggle around a little bit. Like if you try to like aerial dash attack him and like be command grab. Yeah, I think
Honest,
he has the best matchup in the game versus Meta Knight, which is like a big deal.
there's a ton of great matchups in my opinion. The bad thing is, like, he just does not have the range nor the air game outside of
Yeah,
in terms of range outside of the Hadouken, but he does not have the range nor the air game, and also doesn't have that great of an approach.
No, he
Honestly,
doesn't have
like
the air.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, his air. Yeah, he pretty much has no aerial frame data except like his neutral air, which has like no range or dive kick, which is like you can't really get advantage off of it.
It's only to escape from the air, man. Like you only use dive kick to escape from the air, legitimately.
Yeah. I mean,
Like I've
sometimes you
seen
can
situations
punish
for
people
them.
for overextending, but sometimes you can punish people. Sometimes you can use it to hit people, punish people for overextending, or go for like a lap. Because like it bounces you off to the point where like it creates a scramble, so it's like borderline. Like for example, it's like if he dive kicks like water, for example, he even if he hits water, he's still in a bad position because he doesn't really send water anywhere, and now water can like put out a rainbow. I mean, you can like immediately air dodge, but then if you immediately air dodge and the water doesn't rainbow, then the water can like try to cover your landing. So yeah, so dive kick isn't even that great of a move to hit people with, unless it's like
Yeah.
last hit where you just kill them with it. So they have, um, but yeah, so it's mostly a landing thing.
Uh,
Yeah, so the thing is when you look at fighters matchups, right? So he beats Meta Knight and he beats Yo-Yo. That's pretty huge. And then like Wrestler, I don't know, Wrestler and Water, he loses, but they're like pretty close. I don't know what his matchup spread versus Cutter and Ninja are because I think like they're probably even or close to even regardless of who wins because it's like what's it called? Kibiza beat both Pemu and Connie. Kibiza beat both Pemu and Connie. I think Vora has some wins on Pizza. Um, and he beats Bell because like Hadouken outranges Twin Twinkler as well as but like
as well as pressure shields. Yeah, I can
you
agree
could
with
just
that. But it
you
doesn't
can't
beat him
really you can't really
extremely.
shield pressure fighter as Bell. So yeah, so
Yeah,
fighter
that's
is like
completely
three. Yeah,
impossible.
fighter is
You need to
three
have
good.
platforms, and Bowser's argument isn't the best.
Yeah, fighter is
Like
three.
honestly, it's kind of funny how in the matchups that are bad for Bell, he wants to be in the platforms, but in any other matchup, he just wants to approach without platforms. Like he
Yeah,
does
Twin
not want to be in the
Twinkler.
air. Like
Yeah, his grounded dash. Well, not it's actually an arrow dash attack too. Twin Twinkler like plays the game for him in a lot of matchups. Like for example, some like bad characters can't really handle Twin Twinkler, but and if they
yeah,
somehow get
yeah,
cl-
and he also
and
has
if they
extreme range.
somehow
You
get
know.
close, they can't handle shield. So that's why that's so like really it's just a mix of like Twin Twinkler and Bell is like Twin Twinkler and Shield Counter is like how Bell plays, but yeah, Fighter has like
Yeah.
decent. Yeah, he has like good matchups. So like outside of Magalore and Gooey, which are like unplayably bad because they actually could just choose never to interact with Fighter. Outside of those, like Fighter's matchup spread is actually like really good because he once again he beats Meta Knight, Yo-Yo, and Bell, so he beats like 3 relevant characters, and then like he goes even or near even with Wrestler, Water, Cutter, and Ninja, so he does just fine versus those. And as for Archer, I think because I see at this point I usually see Vora beat Musico from what I can see. I think Vora usually beats Musico at this point, but Kennedy destroyed Kibizan. Although I think Kibizan picked horrible stages. I think they played on Jam Bastion and Destin, which are which are Archer's 2 best stages. So Kibizan might have been able to have it closer if he picked smaller stages.
Yeah.
But overall,
Honestly,
yeah, Fighter's
I feel
matchup
like
spread.
Fighter is really good with his matchup spread
Yeah,
mostly.
yeah,
If you
outside
can
of
avoid the
Magalore and
2
Gooey,
bad characters, if you can avoid the 2 bad characters, Fighter is incredible. But
exactly.
honestly, I
Yeah.
feel like at a certain point, Fighter loses a ton of potential. Like a ton of characters can just learn how to exploit his bad weaknesses. Like not real. If you can just, for example, ignore Hadouken, you can find a way of ignoring
The
Hadouken.
thing is,
Then
like, you
the
can't.
character is hard to
If you
approach, and you cannot
somehow.
approach.
The thing is, even if you like somehow manage to move out of the way of Hadouken, you got to deal with if you move out of the way of Hadouken and move out of the way of Double Kick, which is like his aerial attack J5B, his neutral basically. Even if you manage how to like get out of the way, most characters still have to play scrambles with him, right? Because he has Vulcan Jab and he has Command Grab out of Shield, and even as Slide Kick is like pretty good because it like low profiles. So it's like a pretty good whiff punish on a lot of stuff because like people coming up on him. So Slide Kick is a pretty good whiff punish as well. The thing is like the only
Yeah, but like thing is, if you can,
no, what's up, Super
like
Sinochi?
keep Viper away and ignore his Hadouken, the character becomes really bad against your character. But only in this,
I mean
in
that's
those
like that's
two
not even the
situations.
thing
Like,
is like I call Hadouken like it's still really good, don't get me wrong, but like I call it like it's either a noob check or it's a scramble forcer. Or it's an interaction forcer. What except versus Magalore and Gooey. Magalore and Gooey are able to both not give a fuck about
the background
Hadouken.
voice just choose to ignore him.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
literally,
Yeah, because
Fighter
they get
is
to
unplayable
ignore
against
they get to ignore Hadouken and they get to ignore ever having to interact with a shield, ever interacting with Vulcan Jab. So that's why they get to ignore Fighter. But everybody else, even if they find ways to like move around Hadouken, like for example, if Parasol figures out how to move around Hadouken, they still have to deal with because Parasol has good enough movement to move around Hadouken. They still have to deal with like Vulcan Jab, even if Ninja, for example, he spams kunais to deactivate Hadouken, he still has to play the scramble game with Fighter, and like and if he has to so he still has to play like the scramble with like a Slide Kick, Command Grab out of Shield, Vulcan Jab. So it's like they still have to
like most of the characters in the game can just like, I mean, you can mostly, if you know how to ignore
if you know how to
Hadouken with certain characters, the character becomes not that great. But honestly, like, even if he gets on your, even if you get to approach him or something like that, if you're together, like, and the fighter starts to attacking you, most of the other characters just have a bit of better combos. Like Archer and Cutter, or let's just Archer really, like doesn't really have the same combo game, but most others have combos.
Yeah, Fighter.
Good enough to counter that.
The thing about Fighter is that like to make Fighter good, you have to make Fighter good. You're gonna have to super short hop with what's it called? You're gonna have to like super short hop summer like moonsault kick or whatever it's called. Basically the proximity beat.
somersault kick.
Somersault kick, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's it.
So to make fight,
Or
yeah,
moon somersault kick.
which not many people are really good at consistently doing that. I think like only Vora and Kibiza are consistently good at that. But yeah, that's what you need to make fighter good, and you need to have reads when people are in the air, because like if you hit somebody with rising break, assuming you get all the hits, that's like a raw 45 damage move. So that's like a really I mean, obviously you have to make the read, because I think that's like a frame 17, frame 18 move. It's not really that disjointed. So you have to make like a decent read to get it. But because Rising Break is just a straight up raw 50 something, 45 damage move. So it's good, but you have to make reads to land it.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Fighter's still a mid high. Like he's literally, I feel, perfect in the place he is now. Because like he both has extreme advantages but also extreme weaknesses. If you work out the weaknesses, then you can just make Fighter shine. But I feel like that's.
I mean, his only like super weaknesses, like matchup wise, are Magolor and Gooey, and then outside of that, it's like, if you're gonna like auto check noob, if you're gonna just auto win noob check the person with Hadouken, sure, awesome. But if the person can play around Hadouken, then you have to play rock paper scissors. But Fighter's still like kind of slightly advantaged frame data wise on a lot of those rock paper scissors, because command grab is frame 1, command grab out of shield, and Vulcan jab is like I think like frame 5 or frame 6. So it's like, so he still has good up close frame data, but it's like, yeah, he's like, and once again basically Fighter has to win rock paper scissors and win reads, assuming you're not just auto checking the person with Hadouken, because like you have to, if you're gonna land double kick or rising break, those are like frame 17 moves, so you have to make reads to land them, or I guess catch the person sleeping at the wheel. But yeah, so basically, yeah, so that's how I would put Fighter. He just gets ignored by Magolor and Gooey, but other than that, he either noob checks with Hadouken, and if he gets to the point where he doesn't noob check, he has to play rock paper scissors. But so he needs to make reads, but he still like has good frame data to play the rock paper scissors game. So yeah. I think where you have him is fine. I would still put him as a high tier. But whatever you want. But your placement of him is fine. If you want to call him mid high or high, it doesn't matter really. But I agree with the placement.
Honestly, I just need to know what to call high, what to call like
B tier.
For example, yeah, just B tier. But like I usually just put the things here. Like these are bottom tiers, these are low tiers, these are mid tiers. What the hell do I call this? Because we already have an idea. What do I call this top tier? What the hell do I call this?
Yeah, I can agree with what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's fine.
But honestly, I honestly don't think these characters are mid highs though. They are incredible.
Yeah, they're significantly better than mid.
Afterwards, Archer, I feel.
I would have Archer. Yeah, I have Archer as my next as well. Yeah, I think Archer.
Yeah, Dasher is pretty decent, and you can keep away opponents extremely well. But if the opponent approaches you, you're kind of screwed unless you have Dasher.
Yeah,
on a big stage, he's extremely good. He has a ton of potential.
He has the same weakness as Beam, where it's like if he's ever put in the air without dash date, he might just get put to death and die. And the thing is, he actually has less counter pressure than Beam does, because Beam does have a command grab out of shield, so it's like he can counter pressure with that if his shield gets touched in an unsafe way. But Archer doesn't even have that. So if you either mash an artist in the air when he doesn't have dash date, or hell, just mash on his shield to the point where you just make it so he can't really get dash date back, because you're constantly mashing on his shield. It's really tough for Archer. But the thing about Archer is that he can theoretically interact with every character in the game. Like, for example, he can interact with Gooey and Magolor on Destined, and which is a big deal. Not a lot of characters can do that. If Gooey and Magolor just want to run away on Destined, they actually just get to auto win. And Archer specifically on Destined, if you get to counterpick with Archer on Destined, he's extremely cracked. But the thing is he gets rushed down pretty well, because a lot of legal stages are small, Factory small, Springy small, Butter small.
Yeah. Most of them small. Like
Yeah, and he can't.
honestly, I feel like Archer's this potential is definitely there. He could be extremely good. Like against many of the characters in the cast, for example, these three, he can do something against them. Like even on big stages.
I think
And
Archer's
even if
good.
your character is really good at approaching, you still can't do much
I think Archer's good
against Archer
against.
without platforms.
I think Archer's good against Meta Knight as long as it's not a small stage, because he out camps Meta Knight, and Meta Knight isn't. If Meta Knight's able to jab, okay, if Meta Knight's able to jab Archer's shield, or if Archer puts himself in the corner to like get dash attack pressured, then it's scary. But it's like if Archer's on a platform the whole time or center stage the whole time, where he can dash back charger or dash back Hitman, that's what his grounded down B is called. It's like he does good against Meta Knight. He does good against Meta Knight, and he can fight. He can fight Gooey and Maglar on Destin, which once again is a big deal.
Yeah, he has a. Honestly, I feel like I'll put Archer here because of the sheer amount of even. Like he has even or like good matchups against practically everyone in the game. I don't think Bell, for example, is an even matchup, but I feel like it's a close enough to that. I'm not really completely sure about Cutter, but I think he's like
Yeah, I
even or
think
something.
honestly, I could even possibly move Archer below Fighter, because like I think
Yeah. Honestly, I was kind of thinking about
yeah,
that.
when I actually I could move Archer below Fighter, because like Fighter is like universally good. Archer has to be played on certain stages to be good.
Archer has to be
And even
try
then, I
harded
feel
like
like
completely.
And even then, I feel like Archer beating Maglor and Gooey is like kind of an outdated thing, because it's like, my Gooey, like I have like a heavily winning record versus Musico. I've only ever lost to him once, and I was playing. The thing is, I was playing really bad that day, and I still put him in losers that same tournament. I've only ever lost to Musico once. My Gooey just kind of gave Musico the work. Not Musico. Well, it has given Musico the work, but it gave Kennedy's Archer the work. And then it's like Archer can beat Magalore, but the thing is like I feel like he has to work so much harder than Magalore, because Magalore just gets like one ridiculous opening and like puts him in the
Yeah,
corner.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's
you
like
want, yeah, if
Sword
you,
versus Meta Knight. It's a potential even, but like
it,
Sword needs to work a ton.
yeah, no, I think Magalore beats Archer, to be honest. I don't know what the
Yeah.
it's a doable matchup, but Magalore definitely wins, because like you look how good like Candy was, like if you watch his most recent set versus like Repair, like it looks like I think the last game he got steamrolled, but other than that, it looked like Kennedy was playing fine, but like he just got Vortex like once, and he just took like a million damage, and then he's like in the corner with like no dash state, no nothing, and it's like yeah. When I think about it, I would probably put Fighter above Archer actually.
Yeah. Fighter above Archer makes a ton of sense, to be honest. I was like kind of thinking about that. Honestly, I would probably put Bell in either. Honestly, completely weird in my opinion, because I would put either Bell around 6th or ninth, 10th. I don't know. But can we discuss the characters up until the top 5, excluding the top 5, before we discuss Bell?
Yeah, you're good. So next, so if you don't give me one second,
Next, in the
let
high
me.
tier, I
It would be like
personally
Ninja or
think might
Cutter.
be Cutter.
Probably,
Yeah, I think Cutter, honestly.
yeah, Ninja. Yeah, I would put Ninja above Cutter. Results wise, potential wise, I still think Cutter is insane. I like potential wise, I could see Cutter like literally
Potential
being
wise,
top.
Cutter is insane.
Yeah, give me one. Let me
Like,
like 1 second.
the weird thing, I think like both Cutter and Bell, potential wise, would be like extremely good, like above even the high tier. Like I feel in practice they aren't that great. Like they're good, they're definitely great, but they aren't great enough to be just below the top tiers. I feel like they're still great, but not above Ninja or Yo-Yo.
The thing. Oops, I got the wrong thing open. I'm messing up my stream. Hold up. Let me get your screen back up. All right, we're good. All right, cool. So the reason I have Cutter as like my 6th is because I feel like Cutter is he can fight. He can. That doesn't mean he wins, but he can fight every character on every stage. But I understand what you're saying. If you want to put him below what's it called? I understand. If give me one. I actually got to use the bathroom. Hold on, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Give me like 2-3 minutes. And you can
Yeah,
talk.
I think I will also use the bathroom. Be right back. Okay. Let me open the stream. God damn it. Stream here on YouTube. Ai. Podes me dar só mais tipo uns 15 minutos, que eu estou aqui no banco de chá, por favor. Eu queria estar aqui mais algum tempo. Mas eu já vou. Quando eu já estiver disponível, eu vou para cima em breve, não te preocupes, eu depois eu ligo. Antes do anoitecer, está-se bem, prontos. Já vou aí depois, em breve. De breve.
I'm back,
Back
Lando.
as well.
You're back.
Um,
All right. One. Oh, I hope I did the wrong thing. I'm trying to open up my YouTube chat again. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, it's like personally, I have Cutter as my 6th, but I can see where you're going off results because, like, for example, Super Kirby just won the biggest tournament of the year with Solo Ninja, for example. And it's like Pizza Time has also been like a top 2 player for the past like 2-3 years. So if you want to go off results, yeah, Ninja has definitely had better results than Cutter.
Yeah, Ninja is absolutely incredible, but I feel like in theory Ninja could be worse than Cutter. Like the thing is, I feel like Ninja's this theoretical game, like most of it is just wide open. I feel like Cutter hasn't really shown the greatest, like this true potential, you know?
No, well,
Like it's
well,
too
I
big
mean, the thing
potential. It's
is,
too much to fail.
I feel like potential wise, skill wise, I feel like Ninja is actually deeper than Cutter as a character. But just when you look at like matchups, it's like there's no like Cutter can interact with every character in the game, and it's like
Yeah, in theory, because he both has an incredible defense game and an incredible offensive game. Like not
he has like
incredible, but
frame
great.
he has frame 4 dash attack. You can't just camp him forever because he has hyper cutter. So he has all the means to interact, but it's like like if he gets hit hard, like for example, like if you look at what's it called, like Gooey, Magler, Water, and Gooey, Magler, Wrestler, and Water, all 3 of those characters, like even though they all hit Cutter harder than Cutter hits them. So
Yeah,
Cutter can win the match. It's like they're winnable, but like it's definitely a losing matchup for Cutter.
Honestly, we could make this from now on. We could just put a tier saying potentially like. Wait, hold
Eh.
up. I feel
Oh no,
like we could put a tier here that says potentially here, or
no, I
but in
think
practice probably
I
here.
think I think your tier list is fine. But yeah, once again, this is not an official tier list by any means. So I think if you want to put Cutter there, it's fine because like once again, you're trying to use a mix of results as well as like personal discretion. And I definitely
Yeah, because like, but it's not only Cutter that I'm putting there, or else I would leave Cutter alone. I'm
uh,
also thinking if Bell
yeah,
has that.
yeah. If
Like
you
my
want
exact
if you want to go off
extension.
if you want to go off results, then like if you want to go off results, then yeah, Bell would be lower than Ninja too.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me put it here. Let me put here. Potentially here. Yeah, I feel like this could be it. We could put potentially here or in practice here. Which one do you prefer?
Um, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
whichever you want to do because it's like I'm not super picky about it. But I might
yeah.
update my own. I'm gonna update my own tier list 1 second. I'm gonna update my own tier list.
Okay.
No, you're good with what you're doing. I'm gonna update my own tier list to be completely honest.
I mean, I feel like we should be doing this based on. Yeah, I would put this
Yeah, you have to use a mix
both
of
here.
results and personal discretion because it's like if it was just results, then everybody would have the same tier list.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like yeah, both Cutter and Bell go in the A tier, but like low A tier.
Yeah,
I feel like this should be it. Like, what's your main thoughts on Bell?
Bell. Like, all right, let me. So Bell is like. I feel like he
He was just a wrestler. That's a big thing.
yeah, he cannot play the game versus wrestler. Like he actually that's like a 90-10 matchup. But overall, I think Bell is also really bad against Gooey on like big stages as well. But on small
He's really
stages,
bad against both. He's really bad against both Gooey and Magalore.
yeah,
Not as bad against Magalore,
yeah,
but he's
I
pretty
think on
bad against
Maglor
these
he's
two.
actually fine on small stages because it's like he can corner Maglor pretty well. Because like if he's just like twin twinkling away, like if he just like dash backs twin twinkler, assuming you're on a stage like a factory or butter or spring or something where it's small, Maglor can't really get space to breathe. So honestly, he probably has a better he probably has like a legit matchup against Magalore. Probably bet honestly
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
put
Bell really
he
Bell
has like
deserves being
oh,
the high tier. Like, man, he beats so many characters hard.
yeah
Like,
he
literally anyone that doesn't really have the range just gets beaten, like, extremely hardly. Unless you're a fighter or a wrestler, but they just have those
yeah
crazy tools.
he's kind of similar to Fighter where it's like if you can get past like Hadouken and Twin Twinkler serve like a similar purpose. It's like, can you get past this? Can you get past this option? Cool. And if you get past this, then you have to deal with this, which in Fighter's case, like Fighter has to play more mix-ups because he has to do like a mix of command grab out of shield, which you can space. It's easier to space around than straight up like Bell's shield counter or it's easier to space around than Bell's
Yeah,
shield counter or Vulcan jab. Whereas Bell, he doesn't have to be like as precise. It's like so if you get past Twin Twinkler, it's like okay, can you deal with if you can get past Twin Twinkler, it's like okay, then can you deal with my shield?
yeah. Honestly, I feel like Bell is a bit easier to do in practice. Like, I feel like Bell just has just enough to be in the high tier. I can also see Fighter maybe in the high tier, but like the thing is, Fighter just has these crazy weaknesses. Bell only really has like it's basically he has his
Yeah,
own stack of
I
weaknesses, but
I
like it
think
isn't as
Bell.
bad.
Yeah. The thing is, I think they're pretty similar. I would say what's it called? I would say, well, Fighter wins the head-to-head versus Bell, but like Bell, for example, does better versus Maglar and Gooey. Still loses, but honestly, Bell is pretty legit against Maglar on small stages. Actually, he's probably more honestly, Bell is probably more anti-Maglar than Archer is, to be honest.
Yeah, Bell is really good like that. Like I think personally, at least in small stages, it's probably even in big stages, it's probably like a -2 or even worse. So I feel like probably -1 is worthy against Maglor overall. So I feel like that's a pretty decent matchup. Thinking that Maglor is completely broken.
Yeah, I'm up. Yeah, I'm updating my tier list. My tier list isn't going to be the same as yours, but I am updating my tier list a little bit.
Yeah, this is just a mix of between our
Yeah,
both like both
the more I think about it,
But
yeah, I'm actually
this isn't. I feel like I won't change this tier list in specific. This tier list will be here forever until we decide to make something similar to this, like someday. But
yeah,
like, I feel like that's sort of like I have my own tier list. You have your own. We're doing this together. So like,
yeah,
I feel, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think like Bell is pretty much here. I thought of something similar to this while I was preparing my own thoughts, and I
yeah.
felt like Bell was definitely here.
Bell. Yeah, I could see.
So
Yeah,
next to
next
both
Ninja,
Ninja
Ninja
and
or
Yo
Yo-Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, if you want to go
Honestly,
off
I'm not even
results,
sure. Honestly,
the thing is, if you want to go off results, I would put Ninja higher because once again, like I said, Pete's been like a top 2 player for the past like 2-3 years, and Super Kirby won the biggest tournament of this year with Solo Ninja.
the thing is, there is include. I'm including the North American Discord in this, but like it's just to tell you, there is way more Yo-Yo mains than there's Ninja mains. Like at least
The
including
thing
the
they
NA
well
core.
NA glazes the
They
fuck
can't
out
do
of it.
it.
NA glazes the fuck not Ninja Yo-Yo. NA glazes the fuck out of Water and Yo-Yo. They talk about those characters like they are god characters. I mean, like they're good, but
Yeah,
it's
bro.
yeah
For
they
real, those characters do
and
not do that
especially
well,
to
bro.
my knowledge, because I'm not even in there, but I hear what. In fact, I think they glaze Yo-Yo harder than they glaze Water, from what I've heard. Like they
They
super
they play
super.
Yo-Yo so bad, man. Like at least back in the day. Right now, they're saying Yo-Yo is like top 5, but they're still saying that Yo-Yo is the level of these four, man. He's still saying that.
Yeah, I think Yo-Yo's good, but it's like I said, Yo-Yo
Yeah,
hasn't
Yo-Yo
really
is
been
really not that
dominant
great,
since
man.
like
It's just that skill
early
issue.
2021 when like Nuggets was dominating. And keep in mind, everyone sucked fucking ass at the game back then.
Yeah, bro. I bet that if I entered tournaments back in 2021, I would be like one of the best players out there because if I had the skill of today.
Maybe. I mean
Even
like
I that played garbage. Like, but honestly, yeah, Yo-Yo gets glazed way too much on NA card. But my thing is that there's a ton of Yo-Yo players, like a ton. If
like
like
who all
like
fucking
that
plays
ton of Yo-Yo
Yo-Yo?
players.
I mean I know Connie. Let's see who has a Yo-Yo. Connie has a yo-yo, Horai has a yo-yo, Tacos has a yo-yo, Shirahoshi has a yo-yo. That's like 4 yo-yo players in Japan, but like when you said everybody in NA plays yo-yo, who the fuck? Toby has a yo-yo, but I don't see him use yo-yo that much these days. I've heard
Like
sweatpants.
I'm talking about in general, like the people, like including people like me who just play the game
Oh,
mostly like
but you don't play yo-yo. You
competitive
play.
ish, don't really enter tournaments, but like and like play mostly friendlies. But like
You don't play
that
yo-yo.
that's
You
kind of
play
stuff that those
fucking. You
people
play
play a
Bell and
ton.
Cutter.
Like people similar to me, like in that department, play yo-yo. I've seen a ton of yo-yos. Like the thing is, it might be just quality versus quantity in terms of communities, but like yo-yo has in a chord a ton of yo-yo mains, even though they don't play in tournaments and don't play friendlies that much. Like just the amount of players, like I don't know. I
If
just
they
had
don't even
that
play
gut feeling
friendlies,
that
then they're
he's
just
just a
people who
bit
talk. If
player.
if they don't play tournament or friendlies, then they're just people who talk about the game. It's like I don't give a fuck about those people who don't even play the
Yeah,
game.
honestly, I really don't know what I'm saying. I just have the gut
If they don't
feeling
play
that
the game, I
Ninja's
don't
a
give a
bit
fuck
better than
about them.
Yo-Yo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, honestly, I really don't know why I said that. But Yo-Yo is like, I just have the gut feeling that Ninja's just a bit better than Yo-Yo.
Yeah,
Like,
well, the thing is,
teensy bit.
Ninja has like seen results since like the very beginning of time, right? So, like the very first tournament ever. Don't get me wrong, we all sucked ass back then, but Soothing Ruby won that tournament with Ninja, like since the very beginning of time, and then like Super Kirby won the biggest tournament of this year. And he beat Sakura too. And
We
that's like
we need to be honest. We need to be honest. That tournament was completely huge for the Kirby Fires 2 community. Ninja is probably better than Yo-Yo. Results wise, he's definitely better than Yo-Yo.
results wise for sure.
In
Yeah.
terms of potential, I feel like Ninja also better than Yo-Yo. Like Yo-Yo just has just has a bit more problems than Ninja. The only real problem I see in Ninja is like his range, and that doesn't really matter that much when you can just approach.
Yeah. Well,
Unless you're playing versus Dell.
yeah. The thing about, yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, Ninja, he has to like scramble and eventually corner pressure you. But the thing is like, nobody can really run, except Maglor. Nobody can really run from Ninja forever. Like, once again,
Yeah, Ninja is extremely effective.
I didn't watch Super Kirby versus Sakura since it wasn't streamed, but Sakura is like the campiest GUI of all fucking time, and Super Kirby beat him, so it's like he can obviously break through it. Like, once again, it wasn't streamed, but considering the fact that Super Kirby beat Sakura, who's like the campiest motherfucker of all time, that means it can be broken through.
Yeah, honestly, by seeing the stream, in the stream, we can be both like, it can be both top tier or like here. But honestly, let's just keep the balance. Let's put him here.
You good? I think someone might be talking to him. Did he mute his mic? All right. Yep. So I think he has everybody on his thing except like I think he has everybody on his thing except Water Wrestler. Yeah, Water Wrestler, Gooey, Maglor. I think he's got everybody on his thing. Yeah, he muted his mic. Okay. Yeah, so yeah,
honestly,
the top 5.
yeah, the top 5 are pretty obvious. Honestly, we could just put Magalor and Goin both in the meta tier.
Yeah.
And then after that, we just order these 3.
Order those
because
3.
Honestly, whoops, this was here or here? I think here.
Yeah.
It was here, right? Honestly, these 2, I don't think there's much of a discussion here. Like, I think every person that plays Kirby Fighters 2 agrees these 2 are broken.
Everybody who still plays this game and isn't for whatever reason like super. Yeah, everybody who still plays the game and for whatever reason, isn't super glazing, Water and Yo-Yo for whatever reason based on like early 2021 stuff. Yeah, they'll tell you that like Maglor and Gooey are top 2, or maybe even Meta Knight above Gooey for some people, but I think Meta Knight's only 4th, actually.
Meta Knight like crazy. I've seen people putting Meta Knight here.
There was a point in time I used to think Meta Knight was the best, and I'll explain. Well, we can talk about Water first because Water's like my 5th, and I'll tell everybody why I think Meta Knight is only 4th.
Yeah, we should tell them why Meta Knight's only 4th.
Okay, yes. So Water.
Let's talk about Water.
Yeah, so basically, Water is basically just like a move and hitbox, right? Because like you could shield, unshield, like super fast in this game. And then what's it called? And his dash is like frame 2. Dash turnaround eats a lot of hitboxes in this game. So basically, unless you're the top 4, basically, you're basically forced to like interact with Water. The thing about Water versus Wrestler that sucks for Water, and because a lot of American people still think Water beats Wrestler, but the thing is, Water can just spam shield, spam dash dance, spam shield. Like Water can't really get in the range to like shield pressure him without like doing something like committal, right? Because like Sunrun, that's the thing I do with Sunrun is basically the thing where I dash and mash shield like really really fast, so it's like true shield pressure. But like it's only like true in the corner, so it's like and 2, it's like you would have to somehow get in the range of like Wrestler's face without him like stuffing you out, because like if you try to approach him from the air, he can like drill kick anti-air you, because like you have to put yourself above him, and if you just like run up shield him, you might just get command grabbed, and like I mean, you could like dash attack over his command grab, but what if he doesn't command grab? What if he just shields, right? If he just shields when you dash attack, when you're trying to dash attack over a command grab, but he doesn't command grab, then you cross him up. But Wrestler's so fucking fast, he can like command grab your cross up. So basically, Wrestler beats Magalore, or not Magalore. Wrestler beats Water because of shield. Basically, like not even basically, like literally, he literally, well, not just shield, but like because of what he can do out of shield, right? Because like Water cannot, because dash turnaround takes time to set up, right? Because you can't spam dash turnaround, dash turnaround, dash turnaround. Like once it's set up, yeah, I think it comes out in like frame 2 or frame 3. Like it comes out really fast once it's set up. But the thing is like once it's set up, it's like once like yeah, it's instant once it's set up. But Wrestler could just like run shield, like dash dance shield at like Water while he tries to set it up. Wrestler doesn't give a fuck about Water's projectile. He doesn't give a fuck about down air. Doesn't give a fuck about dash attack. And you shouldn't. And you really shouldn't be getting in the range to ever like Sunrun shield pressure him. And Water's down B, splash, shine, whatever. I think it's officially called splash. Some people call it shine. That is not safe on shield. I've seen like Justin try to like shield pressure Water with splash. That shit is not fucking real. Like that is always command grabbable out of shield. I play Japanese cutters. I play Japanese cutters who dash attack me out of shield when I splash their shield. And keep in mind, that's a frame 4 move, and Wrestler's command grab is frame 1. So, Splash is not real shield pressure. Wrestler doesn't give a fuck about Rainbow either, because Rainbow does shut out like a lot of characters who don't have like a good like burst speed. Like it shuts out Whip, shuts out Ninja, but it doesn't shut out Wrestler. Wrestler, if he's like in the right spacing, he can just whiff. He can whiff punish the end lag of Rainbow with command grab. He just has to be out of the range, or even punish it out of shield. So yeah, that matchup.
Yeah.
And then for
matchup.
Yeah, and then for Water versus the other two, I think Water can beat Meta Knight, but it's like it's still a pain in the ass because Meta Knight's always running. But once you get in Meta Knight's face, like the thing is, you're gonna get in Meta Knight's face eventually, and like if he jabs your shield. You can dash it out of shield, assuming you get a power shield, or if you just get the right spacing. If he jabs your shield and you're not close enough, you want to respect it, because I don't think you can dash fast. If you don't power shield and you're too far away, then you want to just reset. But yeah, so that match is probably closer to even, and if Meta Knight does corner himself, you can punish him with like, and you read him, what's it called? Trying to shuttle loop out of the corner. You can read him with Geyser up B, or you can read him with Rainbow. So Meta Knight's the Meta Knight's like the closest out of the top 4. And then
Yo, Poyo, I just wanted to say that I must go soon, so like
shit.
I just want to say one last thing, because I think we probably just know that these characters are just these 5 characters, we can basically agree on them. I just want to say one last thing. I feel like these characters are all here because of shield. Like at least these 3, because the 3 are extremely broken when shield exists. Like at least Water and Wrestler are both extremely broken.
Only Water and Wrestler really abuse shield. Meta Knight, Magalore.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I meant that. And Meta Knight goes lower probably because of that.
Yeah, Meta Knight's not great against shield versus characters who have out of shield frame data. So he.
Yeah, that's it. That's why it's lower. Like if shield wasn't this broken, Meta Knight would probably be here, and then these 2 would probably be here or something.
Something like
because,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, we should be glad that shield exists, so it balances the game in some sort of way.
Some way, yeah.
Like it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this is pretty much a tier list.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
If you want to explain why Meta Knight is like.
Yeah. I can just explain the rest. Yeah. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I'll just. Scroll up for a second. Yeah. Just send me the image, because I'm just gonna discuss the rest of this on stream.
Yeah. Here you go.
Alright, cool.
I'm a brother.
Alright.
See you soon.
Alright, peace. Alright, just send me the thing. Did you send it? Did you send it? Oh, he sent it. Alright, cool. Alright, cool, guys. Let me open this up. Open in browser. No, that's not how I want it to look. Why does it look so zoomed in? Why does it look so zoom? How do I get it to zoom out? Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Why is it zoomed 500? What the heck? Alright, cool. Alright, guys, I think we're back. So yeah. Murta had to go, so I'll just discuss the rest of the tier list for you guys. I'll discuss the rest of the tier. Once again, this is not official. This is just something that me and Murta made. This isn't even my own tier list. This is just something he wanted to make together with me. So basically, the reason I would have Meta Knight like not like top 3 or top 1 or whatever, like a lot of people have him, is because the thing about Meta Knight is that like for him to get meaningful damage, he has to jab you, right? Because like yeah, like what's it called? Because he has to jab you, or he has to somehow because he has to jab you to get meaningful damage. Because unless you're cornering yourself, if you're cornering yourself, it's really obvious that he wants a dash attack, and in which case he's either gonna dash like, well, the bad Meta Knights are just gonna immediately dash attack. The better Meta Knights are gonna try to like pressure mix up with like sword beam or aerial dash attack or condor dive or something. But even then, it's like you can like move out of the way. So it's basically hard for Meta Knight to get a jab, which once again is the only way he really gets meaningful damage, because like corner loops into shuttle loop for like 45 to 50 damage actually isn't really that much, considering Water Wrestler, Meta Knight, and yeah, Water Wrestler, Gooey, and Maglor have even more fucked up damage than 50, and they can get that like anywhere on the stage. They can get that anywhere on the stage, where so Meta Knight gets only like what, like 45 to 50 damage off like the dash attack to 3 shuttle loops to up B in the corner for like 50 something damage, and that's in the corner, so it's like not even so it's like specific. It's like specific, like it's specific position, and it's like telegraphed, so it's like it's not even that much damage. But like, so jab is the real way Meta Knight gets a lot of damage. If you watch like Yakinori play, when I watch upload the session versus him Horai. So you'll see the way that good Knights get their damage is they get it through a jab. But the thing is, like, you either have to corner pressure or you have to be in a matchup where like shield pressure is like legit. Because as aforementioned, wrestler frame 1 command grab out of shield, water frame 2 dash out of shield, Maglor frame 1 teleport out of shield, cutter frame 4 dash out of shield. A lot of character like Bell, hit stun cancel, ninja command grab out of shield. A lot of these good characters don't give a fuck about Meta Knight's like shield pressure, right? And like Gooey, I mean, you can shield pressure Gooey, but a Gooey more often than not is not landing in a way where you're going to be able to, where he's going to be interacting with jab, right? Because he's going to be lasering, and then, or he's going to fast fall tongue. Tongue outranges command grab. I mean, not command grab. Tongue outranges tongue, so Gooey's not often going to be landing in ways where he's even interacting with jab to begin with, unless it's on like factory or Springer or something where you can corner him more. But yeah, so, and jab is small; it's like frame 10. So unless you're relying on the opponent choosing to interact with the jab, he's not getting much damage. Sword, but like, don't get me wrong, if he gets a jab and he's good at, the sploops, they call it, that's basically jab, mock tornado, and you usually get 2 of those guaranteed, and then the third one sometimes gets DI'd, sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand the specifics on how it works. I typically just DI it up. Sometimes most of the time I get out of it, sometimes I don't. But even if you fall out of the third sploop, you still usually take like 90 to 100 damage until you fall out. If you don't fall out of it, then it's like, if you don't fall out of it, then it's like 130 damage. So he has to get like jab and sploops to get like meaningful damage, and that's really how he gets meaningful damage. But like wrestler, Gooey, and Meta Knight, 3 characters I have above them, they can just get like meaningful damage pretty much anywhere on the stage, right? Like wrestler's raw damage, right? It's like command grab 43 or drill kick command grab. So that's like 60 something damage, depending on how many hits of drill kick you get into the command grab, and then you get him in the air. And like, oh, he has like true stuff. He has like, in the corner, he has like back throw up air. Or if you get him in the corner, like down throw, so batter, up B, up air. Even jab is just like a raw 40, like not 43, 34 damage, and it's like frame 4 jab. Shield, like not many characters can handle wrestler's shield, right? Not many characters can handle wrestler's shield, and like characters who kind of can handle it, like then it's like Gooey would float above it. Oh, then there's like drill kick. So yeah, I'm too lazy to like really explain all this. And then like Maglor and Gooey, like they can interact. They can interact in every matchup. Don't believe what people tell you about Maglar not being able to interact with Googie and Meta Knight. He has to do like corner pressure stuff, like Gem Apple force him to move, but he can. Once again, I'm pretty tired. This is mostly a stream that Murta wanted to do, and since he's dipping, I don't feel like explaining everything. I don't feel like it's like also weird to kind of just talk about this alone. So once again, this is not my tier list, but this is a tier list that Murta wanted to make, like kind of merge with me. My tier list. I think I had. This is my tier list actually. Hold on, let me scroll up. This is my tier list that I recently made. This is my tier list. I'm probably gonna post this one to Twitter. This is mine. This is not Murta's, but this is mine. Yeah, I'm gonna put. I might explain this later one day. And once again, like I said at the start of the stream, I'm trying to get like a merged top player tier list with both American players and Japanese players. This is probably what I'm gonna submit for my tier list. I already got a response from AV. Toby said he'll try to find time to make one. Pizza hasn't responded to me at all. I asked Repairer if he could gather like 3 or 4 Japanese top players. He said he'll ask Rexymoron and Horai, but I haven't heard a response since then. But yeah, this is my current probably final tier list for 2024. All right, so this is mine. This is the one that Murta wanted to do with me. This is mine. All right, peace, guys.